So you're thinking about retiring to North Georgia. I get a lot of calls from those of you that are looking for peace and quiet and looking for a great place to retire in the mountains. In this video, I'll be talking about everything you need to know regarding retirement in North Georgia, including natural beauty, outdoor activities, real estate, property tax exemptions, also what type of lifestyle you can expect to have in North Georgia. So stay tuned and stick with me. We'll be getting into this video right now. Hey everybody, my name is Tim Gibson and I'm a realtor in North Georgia. My channel is all about living in North Georgia. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And of course, if you are thinking about moving to the area, please reach out. My contact info is on the screen. I usually save real estate for the end of my videos, but I wanted to go ahead and put this up front on this video. Number one, because most people, at least in my experience, that reach out about retiring to a certain area, especially North Georgia, one of the main things they ask for is a place to live that has natural beauty. And North Georgia has no shortage of natural beauty. So many beautiful places to live in North Georgia. If you want to live on a lake, you can do that. If you want to live on a river, you can do that. If you want to live on some acreage or some beautiful pasture land, you can do that as well. We also have, of course, amazing mountain views in North Georgia. And hey, if you have enough money, you can have all of this in one property. Also wanted to mention that there are lots of 55 plus active adult communities in North Georgia. We're actually going to share a link of a resource that you can use to search for active adult communities in the area. We'll also put that in the comments section so you can click on it and take a look for yourself. Next, we're going to talk about everybody's favorite subject. We're going to talk about taxes. And I have to give you this disclaimer. I'm not an accountant, of course. I'm not even cool enough to play one on TV. So if you have any specific tax questions, make sure to consult your accountant. But what I am going to do is pull off some information directly from the Georgia Department of Revenue's website. Specifically, this is one of the main questions I get from folks that are looking to retire in North Georgia, and that is, does Georgia tax Social Security? According to the Georgia Department of Revenue, no, Social Security is not taxed. And I'm going to leave a link in the comment section on the Georgia Department of Revenue site so you can read this stuff for yourself. Georgia does actually offer some income tax relief to retirees, so that's a good thing there. Even if you are a part-time resident and you're retired, you also have some benefits there as well. Also, so this is a big one for a lot of people. Most counties in North Georgia offer some sort of an exemption from the school tax, which reduces your property tax bill greatly. This is going to vary by county. So if you're thinking about moving to a certain area or a certain county and you're wondering about what type of school tax exemption you would qualify for if you're over, I believe it's 65, then you can go to the property tax assessor's website on each respective county you're considering. You can either get some information right off of their website or you can call the tax assessor's office and ask for some more information. We're going to give you some links in the description so you can find out where to get the information you need for all this stuff, and you can do some research there and then decide which is the best option for you. So now we got taxes out of the way. Let's talk about the weather. And if you have seen me talk in almost any of my other videos, you hear me joke about the 12 seasons of Georgia. I'm not going to go through all 12 seasons here, and that's a big joke. But I would say for the most part, Georgia has a very moderate climate. We do have 4 seasons, 4 actual seasons. Generally in spring and fall, we have very mild temperatures and very low humidity relatively. So those are the most mild seasons in Georgia. Summertime can get pretty rough, especially in August, all the way up to about Labor Day, even late July. And then the wintertime typically is just unpredictable. You can have a lot of rain. Sometimes you can have some snow. You might get a stray ice storm once every few years. Yeah, it can get a little gloomy and cloudy too in the wintertime. Definitely my least favorite season. I do get questions about extreme weather in Georgia from time to time, and really I would say for the most part, compared to the rest of the country, in the early spring whenever the weather is transitioning, you do get some chances of tornadoes, but I wouldn't say that it's very prevalent. And then sometimes we'll get some of the hurricanes that come up through the panhandle of Florida, and they will turn into tropical depressions by the time they get to us in North Georgia, which usually just means a strong thunderstorm or two. But other than that, I'd say it's pretty mild. So let's get into the type of lifestyle you could potentially expect in North Georgia. One thing that I've noticed, if a senior center is something that you're looking for, then make sure to check this map. And if that is something that you're looking for, just know that's available in some cities around. One thing that we have no shortage of in North Georgia is outdoor activities, especially fishing in the various lakes and rivers that we have. A ton of golf courses in North Georgia. Hiking is abundant. You got the Appalachian Trail. You've got all kinds of great places to hike. Another one that I think is very popular, especially around where I live, is pickleball. Lumpkin County is rolling out a bunch of new pickleball courts. Pickleball is taking over as a very popular sport, so we have lots of pickleball options around North Georgia. A lot of old tennis courts are actually being converted into pickleball courts, so if that's your thing, you could probably find some pickleball options up here. On the way here, I actually just passed a sign going into Dahlonega about a pickleball tournament going on. So if that's your thing, I'm sure you could find lots of options for playing some pickleball. And another one I would say is wineries. Lots of great wineries up in North Georgia. Great places to hang out, grab a bite to eat, sample some North Georgia wine, and probably a whole lot of other things that I have not mentioned. So if there's anything that I didn't mention that you would like to know about, of course, leave me a comment. One last thing I'll mention regarding lifestyle is that most of the towns in North Georgia don't have a lot of public transportation. So you would probably need some sort of a car or something to drive to get around. Lastly, I also want to mention medical care. As you can see on this map, and let me just say that this is not an exhaustive list of all the hospitals around North Georgia, but most of the towns in North Georgia do have some sort of regional hospital or satellite hospital that is part of a larger hospital group. Obviously, the smaller the town, the less likely that you'll have a hospital there. Of course, your drive time to a hospital is going to be entirely dependent on where you live in North Georgia, but I would say for the most part, it's not so rural that you can't find something that you need as far as medical care is concerned. Also, most towns have some sort of urgent care or multiple urgent care locations. All right, so if you're thinking about moving to North Georgia, give me a call. I'd be more than happy to help. What'd you think about the video? Is there anything I missed? Anything that you would like to talk about? Please leave it in the comments. I'd be happy to answer those questions for you. Have a great day, and we'll see you on the next video.